Okay, so this week, Motor Martin's been lucky enough to be testing Ford's entry into the electric car world with their Mustang Mach-E. The car we've had on test is the standard range rear-wheel drive, the entry-level car, which comes in at around £50,000. The model we're driving has got 273 miles of range, and it gives out 269 PS, which is more than adequate. This particular car has the additional technology pack, which gives you the panoramic sunroof, which is standard on the all-wheel drive. We've got the Bang & Olufsen stereo. It's also got some additional trim on the front, which just looks absolutely fantastic. Looking around the interior, it is a beautiful place to be. I really like the nods to Mustang heritage with the dashboard that's almost got two separate compartments. It swoops along, dips down and comes back up, and it really is reminiscent of the petrol Mustang. Differences are quite clear. We've got this enormous 15.5 inch touchscreen on the front, which gives you all manner of access to the car's capabilities, pretty much allowing you to set up the car exactly as you want. And then you've got an additional digital screen just in front of you, which importantly has your speed, your range, your battery percentage left, and it gives you all kinds of information about speed limits and about the state of the car. It's a really simple and clear dash. It tells you everything you want to know. The touchscreen, obviously access to Android Auto, you've got DAB, you've got streaming from your phone. It's essentially everything you would expect from a modern car. What I do like is there's tiles on the bottom which allow you access to information and kind of quick buttons to get to your audio, to get to your Android Auto, to get to your trip information. You've got your aircon permanently down on the bottom of the screen, and you've got a nice physical volume button, which I don't know about you, but I really like. It's a very clear infotainment system. It's quite simple to use once you get used to where all the settings are. It's absolutely fine, it's brilliant. So, much like any other electric vehicle, you pop it into D and away you go. And for anyone that's driven any kind of EV, it's a very normal driving experience. Little dabs on the throttle give amazing return because you're not waiting for an engine to spin up its revs. You've got power everywhere you need it. Taking the foot off the gas, you've got your 1 foot driving, which brings you down to a stop, and also crucially gives you that regen to get you a few miles back into your battery pack. On the country roads, the ride's decent. Reminds me a little bit of an old S-Type Jag that I used to have, in the way that it cossets you over the bumps, but when you're going for it, it kind of solidifies and allows the car to be nice and stable. As with other electric cars, it's very quiet. You don't have the engine noise, so what you can hear are the tyres on the road and the air whistling past the car. But Ford have done a great job in their sound deadening, because it's a very quiet and therefore relaxing cabin to be in. The seats are comfortable, easily adjustable to whatever you need, and then of course in the winter they're heated, and you've got the benefit of a heated steering wheel. So here we are, coming up to a junction, lift off and let the car stop itself. There's plenty of grip from the rear wheel drive. Obviously technology has moved on from 20, 30 years ago when you'd be expecting a rear wheel drive in the damp to be sending you into the nearest hedge. There's no worries about that with this Mustang. At the moment we're in what Ford call whisper mode, although what anyone else would call would be eco, and that's currently getting us around 4.1 miles per kilowatt with some nice gentle use of the throttle. And of course there's the issue with electric cars. The more you press on the go pedal, the more your range is going to disappear. So the more experience you have, the smoother you become. And it's that smoothness that allows you to get to that 273 mile range. Now, I've had this car for a week. I've driven around 1,300 miles. I've been up to Scotland, just south of Dundee in it. I've been across to the northeast coast, over to Whitby. I've been over to Scarborough. I've done the supermarket runs. I've gone through the middle of Bradford, through town. There's not a situation that hasn't suited the Mustang. It's been fantastic in any driving situation that you would need. And let's be honest, at £50,000 you'd be disappointed if it hadn't done that. But what that money is getting you is a beautifully put together, handsome, powerful, thoroughly modern, thoroughly technologically advanced vehicle. On the motorways, it's so relaxing to drive. You pop it into automatic cruise control, and what I really like is the car itself, when it spots a speed limit sign, it will then automatically change your speed depending on what the speed limit is on the road. So you can have your cruise control set at 60 and be going along quite comfortably. The car spots that you're coming into a town or a village and there's a 40 limit, and it will automatically bring you down to that 40 miles an hour, even if you haven't seen the sign yourself. And that is a fantastic addition for safety, and let's be honest, for your driving license. There's no more worries about going over the limit. Yes, of course, you can disable it, you can ignore it, you can just carry on, but why would you? But when you're out on the lanes and you're ready to have some fun, that's when you really know that you're in a Mustang. Using the simple entertainment system, straight into driver modes. You've got Whisper, which we've said is eco. You've got Active, which is normal. And then you've got Untamed, which is sport. And with Untamed, it puts a nice little noise into the cabin, which helps to keep you engaged with what the car's doing. It brings about a feeling of participation in the road and with the car. So here we go. Pop it into Untamed. The graphics change a little bit in front of you. and you get that instant go from the motor, and it makes a cheeky kind of deep electronic noise to let you know that you're really going for it. The steering's nicely weighted. And even though this is a big car and it's a heavy car due to the battery packs running low underneath, keeping that centre of gravity down, you do get a feeling of brute force pushing you along. And for me, that is what you want from a Mustang.